So, welcome back to part 2 on the ORBIX project we're working on. This video is sort of a mass haul on all the information you need to know about what we've done so far, all the research we've done, future tests, launch date, what's powering the rocket, everything from the build blueprints, roller signing, and a few even secret things that I personally want to put in for you guys watching this, so you can actually be part of this instead of just watching a video on it. So I'm making obviously long form content for this video because YouTube Shorts, as you probably know, 60 seconds is not enough for a YouTube short to explain what is going on with such a big project like this. So I'm putting in a long form video to kind of compile it all down and get everything sort of sorted out. So let the thing commence. So part 1 is a bit of backstory on what and how this thing even started. So I think it was around seven months ago. It was just me and my friend at this time. We started a space corporation or space little project called Solar X, and I probably have some model stuff around from where I modelled it, but we wanted to obviously get something like with space done, get some with rocketry done, because obviously I've had a passion for space for coming up to a decade now. I think it's eight and nearly 9 years coming up to now, from astrophysics to astronomy to astrophotography. I've got a camera setup that I do astrophotography with. Unfortunately, the weather's not great to do it with, so we decided to sort of start this project. Obviously we've changed the name, as you can probably tell, but we started it, did a few tests, and we kind of burnt out. We got kind of blinded by like legal sort of stuff. Obviously launching it is pretty dangerous, especially when you're using the elements we're using, and we're going to get onto that soon. But we kind of closed it down and stopped it for the last couple of months. In the last three and a half weeks, we have pulled back up our new project, and we've got someone else to join us, one of my other friends. And when we got it started up, we changed the name, revamped the logo, and kind of gave it a whole new theme. So we actually wanted to get something up in the air, because we didn't actually get anything up in the air on the previous project we were working on. So we revamped it, and that's why I was quiet for the last 2 weeks, because I was doing, obviously you've probably seen another short, blueprint designs and just general testing with like foil and stuff. So that's why we've been on for so long, but that's kind of the backstory to this. Part 2, and this is probably the most important part, the most exciting part, is the actual rocket reveal. Now, it's kind of hard to grasp the size of this thing when you see it against me, but it's pretty wide, it's pretty long, and it is the actual pipe. I haven't actually measured this thing yet, but apparently this pipe is 20 inches. Obviously we've added a length on either side. We haven't measured it yet, that's what my friend said. He hasn't cut it to scale or anything. So moving on to this part about the rocket, we're going to break it down bit by bit. So at the base of the rocket, we have this little contraption. Now, obviously, just to clarify, nose cone and this are 3D printed. And that's very useful because my friend, his dad has a 3D printer. So it's very useful for building stuff that is quite intricate and difficult to design. So this here, as you can tell, 4 fins. We've got a quad fin layout, and you've also got the engine bay inside, and the engine part at the bottom. Obviously that's going to be at the bottom of the rocket. We're still trying to figure out a way how because you saw how easily it slid off there, slid off. So we're going to have to figure out a way how to attach this thing. Can't do it with tape because it might melt because of the heat of the engine, which we'll get onto in the next little version and the little topic we're going to overview. But this is what I modelled and designed, and it's it's pretty durable, pretty strong, and let's hope that works. It should work, but obviously that's where the engine's going to go. The diameter of this should be 2.5 centimeters. The engine we're using is 2 centimeters by 6 centimeters, so it's a cylinder and it should fit right in there, but we're still going to have to figure out how we're going to tightly fasten it. in there so he doesn't just go right out the top and then explode in the nose cone, which probably wouldn't be great, because we're gonna have some stuff in there, which I'm gonna get onto in a topic after the next one. Moving on to the body, you know, pretty obvious. PVC pipe, I think it might be a drainage pipe of some sort. I'm guessing it's acrylic, but I have no clue. We actually found stickers. Obviously I'm a petrol head, so I'm a car fanatic as well. So we've got Targor and Shell, pretty well-known brands. I don't know about this one though, I've never really heard of this one. But they're stickers that are meant to go on cars normally, or just for decoration. But we put them on the rocket, you know, to give it some sort of depth, some sort of like colourway instead of just being white and grey. Just add a bit more depth. Not sponsored, unfortunately. We're not going to get sponsored anytime soon, but just want to add a little bit cool like colours to it, make it look better. Moving on to the nose cone. I don't know what my friend did. This thing does not come off. I don't know how we tightened it on, if he super glued it or what, but unless this thing's held on by friction, this thing is not coming off anytime soon. I'm gonna put an image up on the screen now about what he said. The nose cone, the nose tip of the nose is actually thicker than the body, obviously, because this thing is probably gonna go just drop right down and hit, because we don't have a parachute yet. Obviously that's very difficult to make when this thing doesn't come off, and that's normally where the parachute comes from. So that'll probably be in the next couple of rockets we're gonna make, which I'll get onto soon. So part 3, a little topic 3 I want to go over, is what is actually powering this rocket. I'm going to go over what we were going to power it with first, and then what we're deciding to use now. So the first thing, obviously we're not using this anymore because we've figured out it's not probably the greatest thing, is this PVC pipe here. This is actually PVC pipe, and my friend cut it to scale. Obviously ignore the pretty slanted cutting, but it was a rough sketch. But obviously this would be filled with our rocket propellant, potassium nitrate. I think it's KN03, the compound of it. But I'll put the video on the screen right now of the obviously reaction that takes place when you light it, which that reaction you're seeing right now is a real test. Yeah, I'll just leave that for a little bit while I explain what else is going on. So the second design we had for our thruster was going to be to use the 2 centimeter by probably 6 centimeter engine. They follow the same one as the third one we're going to show you, but obviously fill that up. Obviously we don't want it too big because it'd be too dangerous. Don't want it to be too small, otherwise it won't lift it off and stuff. So yeah, we don't really have a set thing for that. My friends have it. However, the third one, obviously don't judge it by looks. I know it's pretty dirty and it's pretty messed up, but this is actually was actually used in a firework, and basic knowledge, fireworks fly. So this part down here, brick, that's not going to melt, and that's the nozzle. That's where it lights out. And if we can compress the potassium nitrate down in there, I think we're going to have a very, very stable rocket on our hands. And obviously the sort of diameter of the hole in there obviously matters a lot, because if it's too wide there won't be enough thrust and it'll burn too quickly. If it's too thin, the gas buildup will make it explode. So this is perfect amount. That is, these are, well, let's just imagine there's a third one here. These are 3 engine designs that we had to start with, and we're on the launch day, which I'll get onto soon. We're going to test it out and see how it works. Now the third topic I want to move on to, I don't really have anything to show for this one, but it's probably the most exciting, and is the most exciting out of all the topics we're showing here on this long form video. Now this is something personally I wanted to add, as well as a slight bit of input from my other friend, obviously the one who 3D printed this. I've wanted to have someone actually on the rocket, not a real person obviously, I mean someone's not going to fit on that, but we want to have some sort of like a Lego figure, or someone that we're probably going to purchase a actual a mascot sort of. We're going to need to figure out to put him in the rocket first, because it's pretty hollow all the way down the middle. But we want to have a little astronaut in there, see if he survives, so if he's not melted. Probably won't be too good, but we want to put him inside the top and see how he does, so he can go on our travels. This probably right now, what I'm about to say, is the most fun part. Now, what we were all thinking is, if you do want to be part of this, obviously, the channel's quite small, not a lot of people are going to see it, but hopefully, probably won't be many people on the first one, if any, but hopefully on the third, fourth rocket, if you want to be part of it, write your name, or your username, or your name, or whatever, even just your username down in the comments or anywhere like that, and we'll write it on a piece of paper, roll it up, put it inside the rocket, and then we'll send it off space. Obviously, we're going to record the rocket launch and stuff, which I'll move on to next, but that's a little opportunity for you to get involved and stuff. And obviously, if this gets bigger, it's actually a series on YouTube, then we can actually see if some of you actually want to help out with rocket designs. So moving on to this next really short section about the roles and who's who in this sort of project. So obviously my friend, I'm not going to say his name, but you'll see him. I'll tell you which one he is when we launched the rocket. He's a 3D printer as well as a blueprint designer. I am a blueprint modeler, as seen, and the kind of director and the rocket scientist behind it, so I'll do all the equations and stuff. And then my other friend, which you'll see on the day as well, you'll see all of them on the day. We'll do some sort of trailers and stuff soon when the day comes, in the next 2 weeks, I think. Obviously, we break up from our school on next Friday, so I think it's the 20-something, I can't remember, but the Tuesday after that, we'll be launching this thing, and I'll kind of just vlog the entire day if you want to get to my friend's house, and testing the rocket engine, and if it works well, obviously have it pointed down on scales. Obviously, if it has over 405, it has to have over 405 grams, because this thing weighs 405 grams. That is a slight concern we have, because it might not lift off with the current weight it has and the size of the rocket propellant engine, but hopefully it will. And we're going to do a test where we have it on the weighing scales, light it, see how much thrust it has. If it has too little, then we're going to have to postpone it, but I'll still record that video of us testing it, make it look pretty cool and stuff, or as cool as I can make it. But they're the roles. So one of my friends you'll see, a 3D printer, and a blueprint designer. I'm a sort of side 3D designer and rocket scientist and director, and my other friend's a mathematician and does some more stuff behind it, which was my job originally. So they're the roles, just a quick overview so you know who's who, and I'll say it on the day. So this final topic, I just want to kind of go over what the aspirations are for this project we're doing. So obviously with my holidays coming up, we have 5 weeks where we're going to lock in, obviously get the rocket launched, get another one designed, show you the process, get my YouTube channel grown, hopefully even more with the spaceflight simulator content, and possibly even some more content soon on space engine, possibly even Kerbal Space Program, but that is pretty complicated, and some other space games we don't know yet. But I do know Kurzgesagt, which is a channel I watch quite a lot, which I'd recommend you do go watch, because I get half my ideas from them. Their game is actually coming out, I think it's in 2025 at some point, and it looks pretty cool, so I'll be posting videos on that and stuff and getting that sort of sorted, because it's not very often your favourite YouTuber gets a game listed. But our aspirations are to really get a rocket, maybe this one, maybe the next one, we don't know yet, but to get a rocket 100 meters in the air, to get something off the ground, because obviously we haven't done that yet, besides doing a few tests with hand sanitizer and stuff, cleaning products, stuff like that, where you light them and they go over the top. I've probably got a video can show over the top that we did ages ago. That was like a year ago though, so it was a long time ago. But they're pretty much the aspirations we want to get. We want to get someone off the ground, and we kind of just want to lock in with what we have and stuff like that. So that's pretty much, in simplified terms, what we are doing now and for the future. Over the next couple of days, I have to model a launch pad, which I haven't done yet because I'm lazy. It's probably not great. No, I've just been really busy. So I'm gonna get a thing modelled tonight. I'll post a little short tonight on, as well as this video. I'll post a short tonight on, you know, modelling of the launch pad, and, you know, even just like sharing this to some of your friends or something. Obviously don't have to, but if they're interested in space, or you know someone is interested in space, maybe they want to be part of this project, and I'd say that's pretty good if they want to be, because we're trying to grow this up. Eventually, obviously, we want to have like a Discord server where you can like publish your own blueprints. You know, we can discuss science and stuff, and you can even be like on a live call when we launch the rockets. You can be part of the scientist team, because eventually we want to have like different teams, like scientists, rocket scientists, mathematicians, blueprint designers. So then eventually, after time, we can get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Obviously, it's not going to be anywhere like SpaceX. That is completely unrealistic. 100 million per rocket launch or plus is definitely very, very far out of our budget. But, you know, this will have to make do for now, and this is the birth of something bigger. So that's the overview. That's pretty, I don't know if you're thinking like 10 minutes long. I don't know at the time I'm recording this, because I'm recording the videos in sections, going over them. I have to edit the video down after. But yeah, that's ORBIX, and I'll see you soon with more updates.